Most of us are aware of the events surrounding the Subcontinent War of Independence 1857, but many people are unaware of how this started in western Punjab. Punjab had fallen to the British in 1849. The majority of the British colonial army stationed in Lahore, Sialkot, and Jhelum were non-Punjabis. When the 1857 War of Independence broke out, the regiments in Lahore, Sialkot and Jhelum did witness a mutiny, but poor coordination and lack of sympathy from the local people of Punjab, they were easily put down. The Punjabis chose to support the British and rejected the uprising, but this was not done out of love for the British. Rather, both Punjabi Muslims and Punjabi Sikhs had political reasons to ally with the British. From a Punjabi Muslim, the British were initially seen as liberators, who had ended minority Sikh rule of Muslim-majority Punjab and thus were not too keen on seeing the British leave right away. On the contrary, Punjabi Sikhs also chose to ally with the British, since the hatred of the Mughals was greater than that of the British. Furthermore, the British generously treated the Sikhs following the fall of Punjab, so the Sikhs chose to remain loyal to the British. However, British support in Punjab wasn't uniform, and some openly challenged the British, one of whom was Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal. To secure British rule, envoys were sent to Punjab to recruit Punjabi men into the British colonial army. One of these envoys, headed by Lord Berkley, Assistant Commissioner Gogera, met with Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal, chief of the Kharal. When Berkley asked for his support, he said, "Kharals do not share wife, horse and land with anyone." Kharal's upfront dismissal of Berkley's request infuriated the British envoy. To the British, this came unexpectedly as they had successfully bribed a number of other Punjabi tribal and clan chiefs. Kharal's bold and upfront defiance of the British inspired the people of Punjab to begin standing up to British rule. The first act of defiance came from Joya tribe of Pakpatan, who refused to pay any taxes to the British colonial government. Not only that, but on July 8, 1857, the tribesmen plundered British residences and post offices. The British always used force to crush acts of defiance harshly and penalize every single person who refused to pay taxes. Berkley did just that, and began arresting all men who refused to pay taxes, along with their wives and children, and incarcerated them at Gogera jail. This was seen as completely unacceptable to Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal, who viewed the arrest of children and women as hostages of the British. Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal was born in 1776 into a rich landowning Kharal family in the Sandalbar region of Punjab. He was educated at a madrasa and received martial arts and horse riding training from his elders. He was later chosen as the chief of the Kharal tribe. Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal had great political acumen and enjoyed cordial relationships with various other Punjabi tribal and clan chiefs. He was respected not only by other Muslim tribal leaders but also by non-Muslim tribal leaders. On the night of the July 26, 1857, Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal and his tribal forces attacked Gogera jail and freed all its prisoners. The following morning, the British retaliated by arresting even more people and burning down several villages along the banks of the Ravi River in Okara. They then arrested Kharal's wife, children, and mother and threatened to kill them all if he didn't surrender to the British. Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal himself was a powerful local chief, but to single-handedly continue an armed struggle against a colonial power was next to impossible. With his family now hostages of the British, he surrendered to Lord Berkley. But rather than having a calming effect, it led to strong protests from various other clans and tribes in Punjab and inflamed the situation to the point where the British feared all of Punjab would rebel. As a result, Berkley succumbed to free Kharal on the condition that he would not leave Gogera. Kharal was released from jail, but his objective now was to unite the tribes in the region and put up a united resistance to British rule. In a covert meeting of his close friends and allies held in Gishkori, it was decided that all tribes from both sides of River Ravi would get together and launch a multi-pronged attack which included attacking police checkposts, blocking the Lahore-Multan road. The British knew it would be impossible for them to directly kill or arrest Kharal, without causing Punjab to rebel. There was, however, one technique left that the British were experts in. It was the same technique that was used against Tipu Sultan and Siraj-ud-Dawla, by buying the loyalties of an insider who would give inside information. Sarfraz Kharal and some other offered their services to Lord Berkley. Soon after the meeting, Sarfraz Kharal met with Lord Berkley and leaked the plan of Kharal. According to the plan, Kharal was to cross Ravi River the following morning to meet with his allies to launch a united final attack. Before dawn, a squadron of cavalry was sent to the banks of the Ravi, and a few hours later, another officer left with reinforcements, and lastly Berkley himself went to Gishkori. Surprisingly, Kharal had already crossed the Ravi prior to dawn and was in the process of organizing the tribes in one last attack. It was now September 21, 1857, and Kharal had assembled a large tribal force along the banks of the Ravi River. Punjabis charged the British with unmatched gallantry, pushing the British artillery-supported squadron more than 2 miles back. Fighting temporarily stopped, and Kharal and his forces considered it a great victory for them. He then decided to offer his afternoon prayer, but Berkley had not retreated. He and his small forces were still lingering in the area waiting for Kharal to begin his prayer. During Zuhr prayer, Berkley ordered his forces to attack Kharal, who was pointed out by Khem Singh Bedi. Gulab Rai Bedi fired the shot. Kharal was killed instantly. British took the head and hang it at Gogera jail as the symbol of victory. Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal's death was a big blow to the British resistance in Punjab. One of his friends, Murad Fatiyana, promised to avenge Kharal's death and killed Berkley just 2 days later, on September 23, 1857. Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal's valiant struggle against the British has made him a legend in Punjabi folk poetry, written by different poets. Rai Ahmad Khan Kharal was the son of land who challenged the British and sacrificed his life to defend his motherland.